What's up, family? Welcome back to yet another episode of Oh to Behold with your girl, Camille Young. Look, coming back with you one more time on today. What's up to my holy rollers? You know I love you. What's going on? To my new subscribers, welcome to the Holy Roller family. If you haven't pressed subscribe yet, push that subscribe button, please, please, please. Look, let's dive on into today's topic. I just want to cover something that's really, really simple. But it can become complex if we allowed it. If I had to give today a title, I would entitle today's topic as "Don't Let the Semantics Make You Lose the Lesson." Don't let semantics make you lose the lesson. And I wanted to talk about this because, I do watch other YouTubers from time to time. And not only other YouTubers, but, you listen to people talk and have conversations and all of that. And I find that people try to use words that are in most instances are synonymous, but try to use the nuances of the words to make it seem like it's a totally different word. And so, like, one word that people will use or two words that people will use, like decision versus choice. We usually use those words interchangeably. They're pretty much synonymous. But there's a gentleman that I watch. He would argue that a decision is different from a choice. A decision is that you're singular in mind and you know exactly what you're going to do. A choice is you have multiple options and you just pretty much choose which option you want to choose. Which I get it. That is a nuance of those words, or those words are nuanced in that way. However, this is the challenge or the thing that I want to push us around is don't allow those things to make you miss what the lesson that is being taught. Don't miss the lesson just because somebody is using a word and they try to make it, or not so much try, but in their message, they want to make that word be something so that they can pretty much prove a point about what they're saying. And then we get lost in that word or that phrase, and we miss the whole lesson because we get caught up in semantics. We get caught up on and hung up on a word, or how a word is used, or how a phrase is used. And many times the lesson that is being taught, it goes over our heads, or we allow it to dilute the message, or we completely miss the message. And I just want to press and push us to really, you hear the phrase of learn to eat the meat and spit out the bones. Like, sometimes we have to eat the food, but don't eat the bones that are connected, that could cause you to choke, that could cause you to, hurt your throat. You got to spit out the bones and get the lesson. Eat the meat, but spit out the bones. Hear the words and agree to disagree on the words or the phrases, but spit out the bones. Get the lesson. Get the lesson. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's what I meant when I said this could be very simple, but can be made to be very complex, because we will miss that lesson because we are allowing what somebody is saying to throw us off, when the lesson that they may be really trying to give is one that we could apply to our lives. So this is just an encouragement. This is just a reminder of, because there are a lot of people talking. It's a lot. When I tell you, it's so much talking going on. Like, I think there are over 100 million YouTubers. That's just YouTube. That's not including like other social media sites, and then not including magazines and newspapers and research papers and the messages from the church or mosque or whatever you may attend. Messages are coming from everywhere. And just because you may not necessarily agree with a person or the messenger, that doesn't mean that there isn't something you cannot garner from the message. Okay? And I'm not sending any underlying messages about anything that's happened recently in the news, because certain people, are spewing certain things that you shouldn't listen to anything that they're saying. So, but this is truly coming from a place of learn how to be a listener, listening to understand, okay? And grab the message, grab the lesson that you can take from it. Whether good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, there is a lesson in everything. Like something that I learned early on, you can learn from other people's mistakes. The wrong that they did, you can look at that now and learn from it and say, hey, that's what I don't want to do, because that's not the outcome that I want to have, what they had. So I'm going to not do that. All right. So I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down in terms of don't get caught up in the semantics. Don't get caught up in the verbiage. Don't get caught up in those things. Get the lesson. Get the lesson out of what is being said. Okay. Don't lose the message by the messenger. Get the lesson out of it. All right. All right. Well, look, I'm so glad that you joined me on today. This is all I got, because what I'm running a little behind schedule, and I got a game I want to play. Some pickles and some balls. You get me? So I'm about to run off and go do that. But I hope this encouraged you on today. All right. And be sure to get your book, like, share, and comment down in that comment section. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It don't cost you a thing. All right. Look down in the description to get your book. You can order it online. I would love for you to grab my book. It will bless you if you let it. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, you know what it is. God bless.